I'd love to talk for a little bit about your journey to build Near and a little bit of your crypto origin story. Can you kind of walk us back in time a little bit and talk about one, how you first became aware of crypto and got interested into it, and then, the journey from that to eventually building Near. And maybe those are really closely coupled, maybe those are further apart, but just walk us through your origin story and the kind of origin story of Near.
Yeah, I mean, those are pretty coupled. I mentioned kind of my background in AI. I was in Google Research, working across a lot of natural language problems, and left to start Near AI, which was a teaching machines to code. We were trying to actually automate some of the parts of software engineering, and to do that, we needed a lot of data from actual developers, and so we built this kind of network of students, software engineering students around the world, where they would do a lot of tasks for us to generate this data. And so, kind of as we were realizing, let's just say that at that point, both technology and the scale at which we were operating was not enough to solve that problem. One of my co-authors just started a new startup working on very similar dimension. So it's getting there. So we're just a little bit too early, for years early. And so we were thinking like, hey, we built this crowdsourcing system. It actually worked, and it was high quality. We had really good community of developers, kind of students working on it. And so we started looking at like how can we like scale that up. And so that was the problem. Like we already were like, it was super manual process to send money, because like you need to do PayPal here, Pioneer there, wire transfer. Like on Cuba, you need to like convince them to like for them to have a Spanish passport to have a bank account in Spain or something, right? Like it was like a super complicated processes. And so we started looking at crypto. It's like, and obviously I've heard of crypto before. For me, proof of work always been kind of, I call it not natural. So like for me, natural state is optimization, is always trying to either do more with same energy or do same with less energy. And Bitcoin is, do same with more energy, the more successful you are. And so that always led me to kind of like this mental block. And so when I learned about proof of stake, which was a bit earlier, I'm like, oh yeah, that actually makes sense. And so when we kind of started diving in, we really went in to kind of study all the stuff that's going on, right? Like Ethereum, Bitcoin, obviously, we're not even close to be able, even back then, to be able to, this was like May 2018, to be able to power something that has like microtransactions, like sending, dollar to people. And they're like really hard to use. Like if you're trying to actually install Bitcoin wallet, it's still pretty hard. And back then, Ethereum also was super complicated. Like,
Much worse than today.
well, yeah, I mean, it improved a lot, to be clear. So, and so we then looked at a lot of other blockchains, and both the ones that were launching or the ones that were in development. And we did not find anything that actually like truly addressed the set of requirements that we had, right? Which is like something that's simple to use, simple to develop, right? As a developer, something that actually scales. If we have like actual million users on it, like will we be paying like insane amounts of money? And it's actually like secure, algorithmic secure. And like our background, both me and Alex have been in competitive programming, which is like design kind of, trains your brain to always think in the worst case scenario. Like it's literally you're writing some program that will be tested on worst case scenarios. And so kind of just looking through a lot of the designs back then, none of them were actually withstanding that judgment. And so we actually have done a YouTube series around that, where we interviewed the protocols, like the founders and lead engineers of the protocols, and kind of asking them all those questions that we had, which has been pretty interesting for like a small audience of technical people who really want to know how all this stuff works. And so that's really kind of where we were. We were like, hey, there's nothing that actually satisfies our requirements, nothing that, designed for scale, right? There's a bunch of stuff that, that says we're going to run more stuff on one machine, right? So most of the protocols right now that actually scaling solutions, they are just saying like, hey, we're going to be more efficient on one computer, and the computer may be bigger. But that's not really, again, coming from Google, my co-founders from Single Store, which is like sharded database company, were like, well, the only way to scale to billions of users is sharding. Like you cannot build big computers, well, fast enough at least. And so this is where we end up. We're like, hey, let's build a sharded blockchain that is actually developer friendly, that is designed for like kind of normal people. So we hide all the like, private keys, all the hashes, etc., from the user. We give developers way to build in JavaScript and Rust and all of this kind of normal programming languages. And we did design it with, our rigor of, we're going to break it. And if we break it, we need to fix it. And we're going to do that, which took us a little bit of time to figure out how to stop breaking our own ideas. That's really how we started. That was August 2018 when we kind of kicked off. We right away brought a bunch of our like ex-Google, ex-Facebook, ex-Single Store people and the team to really, start pushing this forward. And so, yeah, been almost 4 years now in the journey.